Well, folks, welcome to the Friday fishing forecast, and I want to start this forecast off with something that's very important, something that's going on right now that could change our waterways in Tampa Bay for at least my lifetime. I'm 50 years old. It would change it for the rest of my life. If you haven't heard, there is a gypsum stack over at Port Manatee, Piney Point area that has a leak. And it did this back in 2011, and it created a red tide and created some issues. But the bay was able to come back from that. But unfortunately, now they're talking about dumping 480 million gallons of radioactive water. Now, they could easily come in and pump it out, put it in the tankers, and take it somewhere. Problem is, they don't want to spend the money to do it. So what it comes down to is money. But what they don't understand is the effect of the livelihoods of everybody in this area, all around Tampa Bay. Because if they dump this water, from what I'm hearing, they're not telling us everything. They're making it sound a little bit better than what it really is. But when the spokesperson for HRK Holdings, who owns that land, who was given that land for free, that spokesperson was starting to break down during the press conference. That right there tells me that this is a lot more serious than they want us to believe. So if they release this, what it's potentially going to do, it's going to wipe out every seagrass bed.
I'm having trouble hearing you.
It's going to wipe out fish. It's going to wipe out manatees. It's going to wipe out dolphins. Anything related to the water, it's going to wipe it out. And we will see what's happening over at Mosquito Lagoon, but on a 3 to 4 times higher level. So it's not a good situation at all. And it really bothers me. I'm not this type of person. I'm not a Debbie Downer. I try to keep to myself on certain situations, but this is really important, because if they release this water, this whole area is done. It's done. Just think about it. Think about how you go out and love to enjoy the water, go out and fish, go out and hang with your family, get in the water, enjoy it, hang out at the sandbars. That will all be done. This water will be so polluted that we won't be able to do anything. All because of the mighty dollar, that they don't want to take the money and they don't want to take the responsibility. They say that they're taking the responsibility, but they're not willing to pay to take this water somewhere and dispose of it correctly. They need to shut this whole thing down. It's horrible. Let me go over some of the things that are being said. And like I said, they're not telling us the truth. I know that for a fact, that they are not telling us the truth about this. So let me get into it. The Department of Environmental Protection says that HRK Holdings, the group who is responsible for the site, is still trying to stop the leak from a portion of the stack system at the site that was entering Piney Point Creek. And they're hoping that it will be fixed and the stack stabilized long before the authorized dump limit of 480 million gallons is reached. Dump limit of 480 million gallons of radioactive water. Let me go on. The emergency declaration adopted by the board states, engineers cannot predict with absolute certainty that the location or severity of the contaminated water releasing resulting in hazardous impacts, and any contaminated water releases unplanned large amounts can result in injuries, damage to public and private property, and may result in first responders and government agencies intervening to protect lives, property, and the environment, and to reduce impacts to utilities, public buildings, communication systems, transportation systems, and infrastructure. So what they're really trying to say is this is bad. If they don't get it pumped out, which they want to pump it into Tampa Bay because they want a fast solution, because they're saying if they don't get it out fast enough, that the berms are going to break and this water is just going to release everywhere. So it's a bad situation both ways. But they're not willing to come in and pump out, put it in the tankers, and take it somewhere else. They're not willing to do that. They don't want to spend the money to do that. Now let me go on. About 25 million gallons have been released as of Thursday morning, according to the Department of Environmental Protection Secretary Noah Valenstein. Environmentalists worry nutrients in those discharges will spur harmful algae blooms and fish kills in the bay. HRK Holdings has been sending away water using one siphon at a rate of about 14.5 million gallons per day, said Jeff Barrett, a manager for the company, in an appearance before Manatee County Commissioners Thursday. Officials hope to soon add a second siphon dump to dump water even faster. The release began Tuesday afternoon. Now let me tell you, from first-hand knowledge from guides on the water, they're saying anything south of Cockroach Bay, the water is bad. Their bait fish is dying in the live wells. The fish are still there, but I guarantee they're not going to be there for very long. So it's already having an effect. Just that little bit that they've already put in the water is already having an effect. So please, I'm going to put the governor's email address right down here. Please contact the governor. If you live in Manatee County, please contact the Manatee County commissioners. But I think everybody should get involved. I think every county that is along this waterway, Pinellas, Hillsborough, and Manatee County, have to get together to do something. I don't like relying on government agencies to do anything, but at this time, something has to be done. Our voice has to be heard. As I said, I don't like to be a Debbie Downer. I don't like to be this person. But this is a very serious situation. This could affect so many livelihoods. The fishing industry is number 2 outside of the tourism industry in making money for Florida. They get rid of, they ruin this area, those beaches, everything. All of that gone. Gone. So this is a very important thing. If it wasn't so important to me, I wouldn't even talk about it. But this is a serious situation. We could lose everything. So please contact the governor, contact the county commissioners. Just make your voice heard. Now, that being said, let's go ahead and get into the Friday fishing forecast. Saturday looks a little bumpy, and we'll get into that. Sunday looks a little bit better. So if you can get out there and fish, please do. Enjoy it while we can, and hopefully we can enjoy it for years and years to come. Now let's get into the Friday fishing forecast. All right, folks, let's get away from the rant of the bad water, but I just wanted to make it well known that there's an issue going on and it's not looking good. So let's go ahead and get into the Friday fishing forecast and see what we have in store for this weekend. Now on Saturday, we have a low tide at 1:01 a.m. at a negative 0.35. And then we have a high tide at 5:02 p.m. at a 2.27 foot. Then on Sunday, we have a low tide at 2:21 a.m. at a negative 0.27. And then we have a high tide at 6:14 p.m. at a 2.12 foot. Now, as you can see, those tides are extremely slow for this weekend, which for the grouper and snapper, I love these tides because I love to chum, get these fish going, and get them all riled up. I love these slow tides for those types of fish. Now for the snook and redfish and trout, now we're coming off this cold front. We have clear blue skies today, and I think tomorrow's going to be the same way. But tomorrow the winds are going to be up, and it's not going to be pretty on the bay. I'll get into that. But anyway, I like these slow tides. We've got a new bait cutter that I've got coming in, and I'm going to use it this weekend and show you guys. It's really cool. But anyway, I'll get to that later on too during the video. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the major and minors for Saturday and Sunday. Now for Saturday, we have a major feeding time from 5:49 a.m. to 7:49 a.m. And then we have a minor feeding time from 11:32 a.m. to 12:32 p.m. And then on Sunday, we have a major from 6:48 a.m. to 8:48 a.m. And then we have a minor feeding time from 12:32 p.m. to 1:32 p.m. Now, I think, especially with these slow tides, those minor feeding times are going to be really, really good because that's going to be right at the crest of when the tides are going the slowest. And I think that the bite is going to be really, really good on those tides, especially for snapper and grouper, but also for snook, redfish, and trout. So you definitely want to pay attention to that. I wanted to get out in the water today to do, I got such really good response from the last Friday fishing forecast, going out in the boat and talking about the electronics, that I wanted to go out and kind of do a tutorial of what I'm looking for on the flats for bait. Unfortunately, it is blowing 15 to 25 miles an hour out of the northeast, and it's just not going to be worth it going out there. So unfortunately, I could not get out on the water today. But I want to talk about the winds also. The winds this weekend, of course, today 15 to 25, tomorrow 10 to 20 out of the northeast, and then finally Sunday it's supposed to lay down out of the northeast from 5 to 10. I think there will be some residual stuff inside the bay. Offshore is going to be, I wouldn't, they're coming off of 6 to 7 foot waves out there, so I wouldn't even think about going offshore. So I think it's going to be a little bumpy on Sunday, but not horrible, and it's going to be a beautiful day. They're talking like 78 degrees. Who would have ever thought we would have had one more cold front? And I hope to God this is the last one. One more cold front in April, and it be in the 40s at night here. Who would have thought it? But it is what it is. It's Mother Nature, and she always throws us for a curve. Anyway, I just want to say thank you to everybody again for all of the support. I can't thank you enough for it. And I have something special coming up. What we're going to do starting next week is we're going to do, if you guys are old enough, you'll probably remember the original Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory, the golden ticket. I'm going to do its own separate video, but we're going to do 5 golden tickets for the month of April. So if you buy something from our website, it has to be at least a $10 minimum. But if you buy something from our website, or if you buy something here at the shop, your name automatically goes in. Now, we may surprise some people and send out golden tickets with their purchase. So just be prepared. So if you do get a golden ticket, let us know. Do a video of it, shoot it on your phone, whatever. Let us know. I would love to share that. But I just think, just to have a little bit of fun, kind of take our mind off this water thing, do the 5 golden tickets for the month. And the golden tickets represent a fishing trip with Chad and I. Still owe, I think, 2 guys a fishing trip, and we're going to get them out before we do the golden ticket fishing trips. But I just thought it'd be fun to get out there, do this golden ticket thing, and just add a little humor to everything. Again, I just want to say thank you very much for all of the support. I can't thank you enough. It's been awesome. Fish more, catch more, and we'll see you on the flip side.